You are now listening to the Friends of Rugby podcast. Relax your anus. Balls. Thick thighs. Camille Shat. Where's his neck? Eddie Jones. You're fucked, mate. We're nice now. One. Okay, now we're recording.
We're live.
Welcome,
Saturday night.
friends. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, I've got a beer.
Yeah, we got beers.
Yes. It's the evening.
Blue Ribbon. This is some cheap stuff.
Whatever. Bring your own next time.
Just like come here and you give me this cheap beer.
Do you know what, mate? You can have fucking nothing next time.
Who drinks Blue Ribbon?
I do. It's good.
This is a beer that like a guy, some hillbillies will be like driving around in their truck, shooting shotguns and drinking Blue Ribbon.
That sounds like a Canadian thing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, do you want to let people know the date?
January.
Yeah.
Wait for it. 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Very good day.
And what do we have on the menu today?
Yeah, we're going to talk about the Champions Cup recap. So today's games, yesterday's games. We're going to do Six Nations squads.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to do some spicy news.
Ooh, some spicy news.
Yeah. I
Is
got
there gonna
some
be
stuff to say.
Conspiracies?
I had one in mind,
Oh, yeah?
but I don't think I'm going to talk about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It makes me sound salty, and I've done enough of that.
I might ask you later,
All right.
because you always got to bring up a conspiracy.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we got a fan question again.
Yeah, we do.
We're rolling in.
Well, we got two, right?
Yeah.
We've maintained our record,
Yeah.
which is good.
So
Yeah.
they just keep coming back for more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got two.
Yeah. I mean, one of them we're going to incorporate into our Six Nations squad discussion
Mm-hmm.
because it's all anyone's talked about all week. I'm a little bit sick of it, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. I think everyone knows what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will. You will.
I will?
Oh, yeah, you will.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right.
Champions
so,
Cup.
Friday's games.
Yeah, was that Connacht Bristol? Was that
Yeah.
Friday?
Connacht Bristol.
Start there then. What do you think? That's your team.
It's my boys.
Yeah, good win.
Yeah. I don't know. What's going on with Bristol?
I think they lost a few key players when they were doing well, and they haven't really recovered. Callum Sheedy is the worst 10 in the Premiership. Not my words. I think he's great. I don't think he's great. I think he's fine. But,
they just don't have it in them.
No, they don't, do they?
Yeah.
No.
I think they probably gave up on the Champions Cup.
Yeah. Which is funny because you don't really need to win games to progress to the knockout stages in this tournament, do you?
Yeah, 'cause
apparently.
they've only won one game.
Yeah. Well, that's enough for other teams, apparently.
Yeah, I guess it is. You can win one game and you can get on to the next to the knockouts.
I hate this format.
This is the best format
Oh,
for any tournament ever.
Oh, I'm going to talk about that in a minute as well. It's ridiculous.
It's just like, if you tried, you make it into the knockouts.
It's like watching Canadian football. You can lose every single game and go to the knockout stages.
Hey, you don't be knocking Canadian football there, okay?
I like it.
It's national treasure.
All 4 teams.
Oh, there's 8.
Oh, is there?
9?
I don't mind it. I just think it's stupid that you can make the playoffs and lose all the games.
I think there's only 1 or 2 teams that don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, it's usually
the
like
CFL.
2 out of 8 or something. No, it's like 2 out of 10 or something like that, isn't it?
I can't remember how many teams there are. I can name them all, but
Mm.
off the top of my head. But yeah, I don't know. Just there wasn't much to this game. Like Connacht just wanted it more.
They did. There was a red card for Bristol as well. There was a head stamp on Beelum.
Oh yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think it was deliberate, but I think I want to talk about the red card in the Munster game as well.
Oh yes.
It's similar. Maybe it's different, but similarities are that even if it was a rugby incident, even if it wasn't deliberate, you've still got to give it a red card.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Right?
totally agree. Well, when we get there, we'll talk about that one. Yeah, but that's it. Connacht they were going to win that game regardless. I didn't have any doubt throughout the week.
No.
So
Yeah, I like Bristol, but yeah, whatever. Next year.
Glasgow did it. Glasgow did a job.
Yeah, I like Glasgow as well. Toulon are in trouble.
They just haven't been doing good all around.
No. Who's the owner? Murad Boujalal?
I don't know.
Psychopath millionaire?
you think he just walks into the
Yeah.
locker room with a gun?
Spits on somebody.
Waves it around.
Yeah, chases him out with a shotgun.
I need to look this guy up because I hear always like random stories about this fucking guy.
He's a character. Yeah.
Is he?
I think he made his money as a comic book salesman. Like, not on the street, like a real businessman.
Is Toulon the team where Julian Savea played on and he just said a bunch of shit like he wasted his money on him?
Yeah. I mean, he kind of did.
He did.
You know, sometimes he's right. Sometimes he says things which we're all thinking, and sometimes he's just a piece of shit. So,
yeah. Oh, man.
But anyway, Toulon are in trouble. Glasgow happy with the win, I'm sure. So
how many games have Toulon won in this? I mean, Glasgow won in this tournament.
Well, like I
they're
said,
2-2, so they're like already in the They're probably in advanced knockout stages. That's how you.
Yeah. Well, even in the knockout stages, you don't like the who's going to play who is still kind of stupid.
Yeah, because you don't play the same team. You don't play any teams that are in your league.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you never meet some teams.
So like Glasgow's in the same thing as Munster, and
yeah,
they don't play each other. But who did Glasgow beat? They lost to the Chiefs.
Oh, in the Champions Cup. Toulon yesterday. I can't remember who else.
They beat Toulon.
Yeah.
So they lost to Bayonne.
Yeah.
And they lost to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So does that mean they played 4 games? So they must have beat Northampton.
They didn't beat Northampton.
I'm looking at this.
No,
they couldn't. They couldn't have because Northampton has 0. Is there another round? There's another round.
Oh,
that's the thing is
okay.
They haven't played them yet.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah, because
they nearly beat Exeter, didn't they? With that, as we talked, the controversial final minute scrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they're not doing badly. Like even though Toulon aren't playing the best, like nearly beating Exeter's an achievement.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say Toulon's a horrible team.
No, they're not a bad team.
But they're just not playing their A game this year.
This is the end of the previously good. Like, Saracens aren't doing too good either. So,
it's kind of a weird...
The old guard are falling.
Yeah, it is true. And then if we jump over to today's games...
Yeah.
The Bulls beat Bordeaux.
They did. I was surprised.
So, I thought the Bulls would win, but I was pretty surprised by the score.
Yeah.
And the Bulls had a 40-20 lead at halftime.
Right.
So Bordeaux climbed their way back almost to a win.
Yeah. Do you think it was the South Africa effect that kind of made them grind it out a bit, or?
I don't know. I didn't look at the team sheets. I don't know if they sent a full squad down there. I doubt it because I think Bordeaux is...
Yeah, they don't need to worry about winning it.
They don't have to worry about winning it. So we're starting to see that in the later stages.
Yeah, and I thought that might have been the case. I'll talk about that in a minute. I'm all over the place.
They had 3 when Bordeaux went down to the Bulls, they were already 3 games up.
Yeah, exactly.
So they didn't need to win this game.
No, they did not.
So I don't know how important it is to them to come in first to get home field advantage for an extra game at their stadium.
Yeah,
because then that's Monday.
I think as well, you never want to lose a game. I hate that idea that people throw games. No rugby team ever throws a game. You might play some inexperienced guys if you know you're going to progress.
Yes, they don't. They're not going down there to. Well, what does that say when you send the B team? You don't really give a fuck.
I don't know. I think you've got to play your inexperienced guys sometimes. Why not do it in the games that are less important? And I'm not. A B team implies
Isn't
that everyone's different.
It sounds to me like you're throwing a game.
I don't think they're throwing a game.
Because it doesn't matter if you win or not.
There's less pressure, and you do want momentum, so even those games you don't need to win, you want to win them.
Yeah.
But I don't buy that they threw it. And a team like Bordeaux have got decent depth,
Yeah.
Their B team, like Leinster, like La Rochelle, is still a good team, right?
Bordeaux's, and they're going to be one of my favorites to win this, too. They're doing fucking amazing.
Yeah. I read something, I don't know if this is true, but the South Africans can't get home semi-finals. They have to be played at a neutral venue. Am I talking shit? Did I just dream that?
I think that was the last time.
Oh, okay.
When they first entered.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like, no.
Yeah, you have to be in Europe.
Yeah, and I think that was in.
Oh, maybe that was a COVID thing.
That was only for the knockouts.
Right.
Yeah, for last year's.
I should have researched this. I'm talking shit.
So let me think about something.
Wildly.
Are the South African teams going to be in the European Champions Cup? Is it true?
Are they playing this year?
Fuck.
Let's move on to more familiar pastures.
Oh yeah,
Harlequins, Ulster.
Oh fuck.
I like Ulster as well.
Harlequins look dangerous.
Yeah, they do. Here's a statistic I do know. They've never won a knockout game in a European Cup.
The Harlequins?
In the Champions Cup.
Oh, really?
So they look good though. Cardiff aren't the best team. Like Cardiff haven't won a game in this. They beat them pretty comfortably. Say Ulster are a better team than Cardiff, and they probably have more motivation to stay in the fight.
Destroyed them.
They did.
This was embarrassing.
That's a huge
47-19.
Yeah, that's a hammering, isn't it? Good old fashioned hammering.
I gotta just give me a couple seconds. I gotta look at this like team sheet here because this is nuts. Like, was Marcus Smith on the field here?
Yeah, he's playing.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, no one was undercooked.
No. That's just an embarrassing.
Or Harlequins are really good.
They've been getting better in the Prem and in this championship every game.
They have. When they beat Cardiff, as much as it was a bitter pill to swallow, like they played well. Harlequins played well. So they've got a kind of an all-court game, you know?
Well, it's not hard to play well against Cardiff.
Shut up. Shut your dirty mouth.
But yeah, if I was Ulster, I'd feel bad for that outcome.
Yeah. That sucks.
Because where are they now? They got 1 win, 3 losses.
Still progressing probably based on this format. That's fine.
Kind of shitty for them.
Yeah.
They got some good players too. It's not like Ulster's a team of like
No, I kind of rate them in the same. They have a similar style of game to me as Glasgow, and I always sort of put Glasgow and Ulster as they're usually kind of the runners up in the URC, but they both have good attacking games. They want to run with the ball a lot, and it's sad to see them lose to a better team. But I thought they might even win. They could potentially win the URC at the start of the season. I don't know.
The difference between Glasgow and Ulster is Glasgow is way better at closing out games.
Yeah, more clinical.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, they're better in the last half of the game.
I think I said this in our very first episode. Ulster are Ulster's worst enemy, right? Yeah. It was about rivals. It was a question about rivals. Like, who's Ulster's rival? Ulster are Ulster's rivals. They love shit in the bed, don't they? Yeah.
Let's talk about the game of the weekend, too, after this.
Racing Cardiff?
Racing Cardiff, the game of the weekend.
Oh, my boys. I'm so proud of them, actually.
Yeah.
Genuinely. Yeah, I thought, considering the squad Racing have, like, Sia Khaleesi scored a try.
Yeah.
Cardiff were up at the start as they were against Harlequins, and they fought hard. They got a couple of tries at the end, so the scoreline doesn't look as terrible as you might have thought it would, but halfway through the game. So I'm pretty pleased with them. Like, considering the resources and the squad they've got a really young squad that have been kind of forced to play. They've been forced to play their young guys. They're doing all right. Like, I'm not too worried about Cardiff. I would say they're one of the Welsh regions in a better situation. As much as they're losing games, they're still getting huge crowds at home. So yeah, whatever. We're going to lose some games for 2 or 3 years.
Who has the most crowds in Wales?
I think it's Cardiff right now. Yeah, because they've sold out a few games recently. Yeah, I would not be surprised. And I mean, it's the biggest city in Wales, so more people to sit on seats.
NFL veteran Christian Wade scored.
That's right. Yeah, I was going to link that into the Six Nations squad, but yeah, good point. Christian Wade scored a try after failing
NFL veteran,
so,
NFL exhibition game veteran.
I feel bad for that guy because when he played his warm-up game in the NFL, like he scored a really incredible touchdown with his first touch of the ball, and they were like, "Nah, we don't want you." Like, what do you need to do to be?
Oh, there was probably a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's not. Like he drank the wrong smoothie in training or something?
No,
like, is it that serious?
There's probably a lot of things. There's probably like off the line speed. He was like a quarter of a second
slower than other guy.
Than someone else.
Brutal,
eh? Yeah, because football is about like milliseconds and like tiny fractions.
Yeah.
Right? Because the play happens so fast.
Yeah.
So everything has to happen perfectly in that time frame.
Yeah.
Right? When rugby, you have more of you have to build into things. You build into your play. You build into your phases and stuff.
You've got to be good at a lot of things in rugby. Yeah. You've got to be good at one specific thing in American football.
Yeah, and you have to be the best at it.
Right.
So if your job is to like in the NFL, I don't know how I can put this as an example. Like if you have to put a can on a shelf, like you got to put it better on a shelf than anyone ever.
This is an amazing comparison.
I'm trying to think of it, make it simple.
That's good. That was funny.
Right?
Yeah. All right. So it's like putting on a can on a shelf.
Yeah, that was bad.
That's fine.
We'll edit that out.
No, we won't.
Yeah, we're gonna
Fucking no
get
way.
rid
We're
of that.
keeping that as
No
gold.
one's gonna fucking hear that.
Shit, I'm editing this week. Leicester. Leinster.
This is gonna be hard. I'm gonna fuck up
Leicester,
on
Leicester.
talking about these two teams.
Let's just say, I don't have too much to say about this. Leinster just doing what they've done repeatedly, which is not letting the other team play. They're so good at just keeping the ball, and they don't want to give you the ball, and they're not letting go of it until they score, and they make other good teams look crap.
Well, the game didn't start off like that.
No,
like Leicester. I gotta make sure I get these right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fuck this up.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tongue twister.
They came out hard at the beginning, and
Yeah.
it looked kind of like I think they scored first.
Yeah,
and I was watching. I was like, "Fuck!" And after this, and then when in the second half, they just looked tired.
Yeah.
Leinster just like wears you out.
They chip away at you, don't they?
They chip away at you. They're just all over like the breakdown.
Their breakdown is incredible. Their breakdown speed is incredible.
Yeah.
And the way they secure ball is really quick, right? So they do have some, when they're committing guys to a breakdown, it does leave them a little vulnerable, but they're so confident in securing ball that no one's going to steal it anyway, right?
Yeah, they're just so good all over the field.
Yeah.
And they're so in sync.
Yeah, they are.
And another thing about this game too is Harry Byrne. Like I know there's been the talk about the 10 and stuff like that, but Harry Byrne had a game. Man, his pass is fantastic. It's like a fucking bullet.
Looks like, remember when Owen Farrell does those passes, skips 3 guys, and it does look like a bullet, like it's got a jet engine in the ball, right?
He's catching the ball right at the line and just firing it out like in seconds.
Yeah.
Like he's just right at the line he's catching it and then
straight to the wing.
Yeah, just gone.
Yeah.
As soon as it's in his hands, he's picking something that's gone.
Yeah.
And he also went off injured.
Uh-oh.
So
well, when we talk about the
spooky.
Six Nations squads.
Yeah, so that was kind of thing. It kind of went off and they brought in the kid, Prendergast.
The future of Irish rugby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like a child.
Yeah, he does.
Out there. He played pretty good.
Yeah, he needs to fill out a bit. I think
he's flying off of tackles though.
So, like he's falling off him, like he's not making
he's not getting knocked over, but like he's grabbing the guy and the guy's running through him and then he's kind of flying off to the side.
It's hard to get low when you're that tall and you're in the 10 position as well.
Yeah, he looked a little timid in contact. To me. That's all I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Leicester are a physical team.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of he just didn't look very it wasn't like he was going to hold his ground when he was going into contact.
I think he's 20 years old or 21 though.
No,
so.
I think he's younger than that.
Yeah, he was he was the U26 Nations last year, so
yeah,
he may still legally be a child.
I think he's 19 or I think he's like 19.
He's not allowed to drink yet, mate. So don't worry about it.
But otherwise, yeah, I think that was a Leinster. I was kind of worried about the game at first because Leicester's forward pack, but they didn't do.
No,
they
I don't think
looked
Pollard
fucking
played
bag.
well either. Like Handré Pollard didn't have the best game, I didn't think, and I think he's getting a bit old. He's kind of their big star signing, and
I think his forward pack wasn't doing enough for him to get him good ball.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because they looked bagged at the end of this game.
Yeah.
Ugh. Now this fucking game.
I shouldn't laugh. I am on the Northampton hype train though, so please
am too,
excuse me if I gloat.
Only against certain teams.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you do like Munster, don't you?
Fuck, Munster they need to all go into a cold shower.
Yeah.
Sit down and cry after this game because that was fucking brutal.
I think weren't Northampton down to 13 at one point as well?
Yeah, and then they had a red card for the whole second half.
Can we talk about that red card actually? Do you want to talk about that quickly?
Yeah, why don't you explain the red card?
So as far as I could see, the hooker goes into a breakdown. Is it Curtis Langton, I think?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Northampton hooker. Knees. Who did he knee in the head? I didn't see.
Tom Ahern.
Yeah. Right. The first one looked accidental, genuinely, right? Like he went into the breakdown, clocked him in the head. Or the guy actually looked like more like he fell onto his knee. Looked painful. And then the second bit where he kind of knees him in the head again, I don't want to say it was deliberate, but you shouldn't be in that situation, right? So it's definitely a red card as far as I'm concerned. Whether it's deliberate or not, I'm not going to speculate too much, but don't be... What annoys me these days in the game is there was a period, and I think we're still seeing it, where people fly into breakdowns.
Yeah.
And it's reckless. And I know it's a physical sport, but if you have to dangerously enter a ruck, you've already lost the ball. leave it, you know?
Yeah.
Be safe out there.
I really want to watch these guys play a lot.
Yeah. So definitely a red card.
You know what? I wasn't upset by the red card.
Yeah.
If it wasn't a red card, if it was just a yellow, I kind of would have bbeen okay with that too.
Yeah. But a knee to the head, that could kill you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's pretty fucked up, but I don't know if it was like, yeah, when I was watching it, it didn't look totally on purpose, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was on purpose.
It's an unfortunate situation that happened, and
but just don't be in that situation.
Yeah, it was just reckless.
Yeah, that's the word.
So yeah, I guess it deserves a red.
Yeah, totally.
Fuck him. Fuck that guy.
Well, it didn't help because they lost. So
yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know how Munster. Northampton are really good. That's the first thing I should say. They're good game managers as well. So I think they're one of the teams. If they go down to 14, they could probably manage it better than a lot of teams.
But it's just this grind. There's this dog they're missing in their game. Like that game, they had that game on lockdown.
Yeah.
And they just faded.
Yeah.
And this is another thing I talked about Jack Crowley.
Yeah. About
how when they start going on the back foot, he kind of dissolves.
Yeah.
I kind of felt that in this game too again.
Right.
Like he could have been, like you're looking for him to like produce something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think in the last like 10 minutes or 5 minutes, they brought Joey Carberry on.
I find with Craig Casey as well, sometimes it wasn't in this game, but I have seen a few games where, especially when it's bad weather and Munster on the back foot, the handling errors creep in a little bit more than you'd expect, and he looks a bit nervous. So yeah, Munster are historically a very physical, forward-heavy team, right? Maybe they depend on that so much that their 9 and their 10 just lose their mind when they're not dominant up front.
Yeah, because from like the 20-minute mark to about 60th minute,
yeah,
Munster looked like they were on fire.
Yeah,
and then they just faded. So I don't know. That's a letdown. They're probably feeling really shitty about that.
The comeback kings, Northampton, eh?
They are the comeback kings, aren't they? Because didn't they like have to come back?
Game.
Yeah, Exeter game.
I'll
too.
never forget. That's still one of my favorite games of the last while. Like, yeah, they did come back, and they were down like 4 tries or something.
This has got to be the Saints' year all around. Champions Cup and the Prem.
If they don't win something, I'd be upset if I was a Saints fan. You know?
Yeah, because everything's the whole trajectory for these guys is a championship somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to win the Champions Cup.
No, I don't think so.
I definitely could.
It's possible, but I think they'll have a much harder time against Leinster.
Yeah.
Or Bordeaux. So we'll see.
Stade Francais.
The Stormers.
Stade Francais.
Starmers.
These fucking guys had this game, and then in the 67th and 66th minute, they took 2 fucking yellow cards. These fucking idiots. Like they had this fucking game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they just handed it over. That must have been so depressing if you were in the stands.
This is the one I know least about, so I'm kind of happy that it wasn't just.
This was a grindy game.
Yeah.
So like if you were in the fans watching this fucking game, like it was a good game to watch.
Yeah.
And these fucking guys, like these French guys, they had this game, and those 2 yellow cards at the end just fucked them.
They franced it up, eh?
Yeah, they completely franced it up.
No.
Like they just handed that game over. I don't know if they're gonna be out now. They might be out now.
Stade Francais, really?
Fuck, they're 0-4.
Oh, they might actually be out then.
Yeah.
One of 2 teams that are actually out of the.
All they need
Champions
to do is get
Cup.
a point, maybe.
Yeah.
They'll make it.
Yeah, probably.
But that was like their game to win, and because the Stormers came to play.
Yeah.
And fuck.
These South African teams, it's like I was saying a while ago, it's like they play like with a point to prove. Like they've got a big chip on their shoulder. Like everyone wrote us off. I was like, nobody wrote you off. You're South Africans. You won the World Cup.
I think it was just that they weren't allowed to play in the park,
right,
in the playground, and they finally are allowed. So they're just like, yeah, we're gonna be here to stay.
Just
because they want to win.
They are kicking the European doors right in, aren't they?
They want this European.
They want to be all up in the Six Nations as well.
Oh yeah,
they want to slither inside the Six Nations. You watch. Mark my words, and I'm not going to be happy about it.
Guaranteed in the next 5 years.
Yeah,
a South African team will win the European Champion Cup.
Yeah, would not be surprised.
And they want it so bad.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. They want in, don't they?
They want to, because those fans, they want to rub it in the face. It's like, yeah, fuck you, Northern Hemisphere.
I know. Why are they like? Where's the animosity? That's all. Like, a lot of South African fans seem really nice, but they're always so fired up. You know, they're like American sports fans. They're like, fuck you, we beat you. Like, relax. No, it's fine. Well done. I told you we would. Like, relax. It's fine.
Yeah, I think they get tired of the whole, like, the media in the North be like, oh, it's the Northern time.
Yeah, like we're looking down on them or something. And
yeah.
Then we're not.
But they always just come up here and just piss all over everything.
And it is hard to go and play in South Africa as well, isn't it? All that altitude.
All that altitude. They just got bags and bags of
They don't even need oxygen over there.
No, they don't.
They don't need oxygen to play rugby. It's scary. And they're big guys as well. The Bulls team as well. Those guys are monsters. They're huge.
All the South African teams are monsters.
They are. They make some big lads, don't they?
Brutes.
Yep. I was going to say one more thing about Stade Francais, because one of the things that happened always was people would say, which French side is going to show up? You remember that old cliche?
Yeah.
Right? And I was so happy when France got the shit together and were consistently good, i.e. the last World Cup and the last Six Nations.
Mm-hmm.
And I think their club sides are like that in the Champions Cup as well. Like, they're consistently good, mostly, right? They're not inconsistent. So to hear they kind of threw the game away against Stormers makes me go, don't do that, France. Don't go back.
Yeah, because this was at home,
right,
for them.
Yeah, and you know, it was such a classic thing. It was like, you know, a French team would play incredible champagne rugby. They'd be 50 points ahead, and then someone would get a knife out and stab someone on the other team. They'd be like, "Why did you do that? You'd won."
Stabbing. Yeah. Half the team smoking cigarettes on the side of the field.
Someone popped champagne at half time. Like,
they just fucking give right.
Yeah.
That was a good half. That was a good first half, boys.
That's done.
All right, let's pack her in.
Yeah, seriously. But no, anyway, generally speaking, though, all the French team, like a French team, could win this easily.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think Bordeaux could win it. So yeah.
Last game of the day today.
Saracens Lyon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saracens finally got one in.
I was enjoying the demise of Saracens a bit too much.
I had a feeling they were going to win this game.
Yeah.
Like an animal backed into the corner.
Yeah, something to prove. I think Saracens are having a bad time generally, though. This is a decent win for them, but like, it does seem like their squad's aging out a bit. Like, you know, the players they've relied on.
That's the general talk.
Yeah.
Players, and there's so many rumors about players leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a rumor with like every single player leaving.
Yeah, I think I heard the Toje and Farrell for sure. I heard those ones.
Yeah, Vunipola brothers.
Yeah.
There's like just random rumors all over the place.
Yeah. Didn't Mako say he'd retiring from international rugby or something the other day?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, getting old.
So yeah, this is just not Saracens' year.
I don't care.
But that was pretty big at 39-24.
It's a good win.
Yeah, and Leon's not bad.
No, Leon have been good.
Yeah, so Leon's been pretty good, and I kind of felt Saracens were going to win this game.
Yeah.
But
I think I predicted Leon.
Did you?
I can't remember. Do you know what we should do? We should remember what we predicted.
I said fucking write it down.
I did write it down.
Like 2 episodes ago.
I threw that paper away. So I did write it down. Followed half the instruction.
Yeah. So that's the games. And then tomorrow, Shell La Rochelle.
Yeah.
I'm going to say La Rochelle.
Yeah, me too.
Toulouse Bath. Toulouse.
Oh, break my heart to Bath go, but yeah, I think Toulouse.
Bayonne, Exeter Chiefs. I don't know. Good luck.
Exeter.
I think I don't know.
Yeah, it's Exeter.
I don't know.
It's Exeter.
Doesn't, well. Bayonne. Where are you guys? Just looking at the.
It's who's home and away.
0-2. Maybe the Chiefs will win this one.
I think the Chiefs have got this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe you on that one.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's all I got.
And that's the games.
That's
this weekend.
Champions Cup. Yeah. We're not going to talk about the Challenge Cup, but we don't care, do we?
No.
Fuck them.
Does anyone watch it?
Yeah, I do.
You watch it?
Well, I watch the Scarlets.
Well, I guess you watch it because all the Welsh teams are watching.
Touche.
It's the real Champions Cup for the Welsh.
Come get down in the gutter with us where it's fun.
We're playing teams that are called Black Lion and shit.
Who beat Scarlets?
Did they? Oh yeah,
they actually
right.
beat
They did too.
Yeah, Scarlets are embarrassing.
They actually lost today too, didn't they? They lost to Edinburgh.
They did. They lost to Edinburgh. Yeah. Was that today or yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Yeah. Anyway, they lost. And yeah. Anyway, whatever. We don't need to talk about that. Don't worry about it.
All right, let's get into some exciting stuff.
All right, we're going to do the Six Nations squads. all announced this week.
I was waiting a long time for this.
Felt like a while.
I think they gotta release these squads way earlier.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, just for your sake.
For my sake. It's just too long.
Yeah, for you it is. They've got to think about injuries and...
On Christmas Day...
Yeah, you want to open your little present,
I want to open up my web browser.
Who's playing for Italy? The Six Nations.
Yeah, I don't even know who the fuck.
No, me too. I read the list and I was like, oh, I don't know a lot of those guys.
Yeah, there's two, Italy and France. Probably my least knowledgeable teams. I know the stars.
Yeah, me too.
But I wouldn't be able to say, oh, that guy is a bolter.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy missed out.
I think it's good of us as mature, self-confident men to admit when we don't know something as well, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure I could name a first 15 for Italy, to be honest. I'm not ashamed to say that anymore.
I probably couldn't name a first 15 for France. I could almost.
Yeah, you could. You could.
I could almost.
I'd struggle in the back row a little bit.
I would struggle in...
You know the back line. They're all rock stars.
Yeah. I'd probably struggle with when it's not DuPont.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, he's been everywhere, hasn't he? So it's like, does anyone else play 9 in France? Turns out they do.
Yeah?
Yeah, they do. We're going to talk about it. But let's do, what do we say? Scotland first.
Yeah, let's go over Scotland.
All right. What do you think?
The first thing I saw in the Scotland team was WP Nell. There.
It's a good player.
I was so shocked.
What's your problem?
I was so shocked to see this guy. The fact that he's still in the team is kind of scary.
Well, you look at England and they're still picking Joe Marler and Dan Coles. Ireland is still picking Cian Healy. So, they age well, these props.
They do, but it just kind of shows the lack of front row.
Lack of depth rather than the age.
Yeah,
right.
That's what it really exposes.
Yeah, fair enough.
There was another surprise too. Alec Hepburn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to call him English? That would be mean, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I saw this Reddit comment, so I won't take credit for it, but someone saying that Steve Borthwick's like a Pokemon master, You get Cameron Redpath, we'll get one of your guys.
I kind of like this whole new eligibility rule.
That it's 5 years?
Isn't it 3?
No, I think it was 3 and now it's 5. But
No. I think it was 5 and now it's 3.
Really?
Yeah. That's why there was like so many people were able to, because Jean Klein was in. If it was 5 years, Jean Klein wouldn't have been in the World Cup.
But I thought it was
because he was in the 2019 Ireland squad.
Well, I know that you can switch now, which is a big one. You couldn't switch before. Right, yeah. So when they were talking about Rhys Ruddock going to Wales, maybe.
Oh, I'm talking about the switching rule.
Right, I thought you were talking about the length of time you lived in a country.
No. It's about the switching. I think it's 3 years. If you haven't picked in 3 or 4 years.
Yes. Right. You know what you're talking
Get on
about.
my page, man. We're talking about like.
Mate, you said never mind.
Yeah, the eligibility rules for switching.
Yeah, well, context is king, Steve.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. I do like it because I think there's definitely players who've been forgotten about who are still good.
Yeah.
Right. And I want to mention Zach Mercer when we get to England, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like it. And I think John Klein's a perfect example because obviously born and raised in South Africa. Why wouldn't he want to play for them if he's not getting picked by Ireland? Right.
100%.
So yeah, it's not a bad thing at all.
So I wonder how Alec Hepburn's going to go in the Scotland team. So yeah, that was one surprising thing when I saw that.
Hamish Watson was omitted. People are upset.
Was he just straight up omitted?
I tried to read about it. I tried to find out if he was injured, and as far as I can see, he's been playing. Well, I've seen him play. Like I didn't know if he's been injured in his last game or anything, but no, he's definitely been playing this season, and he was omitted. Yeah. So, and a lot of people are pissed off. I think he's like 32 though. So, I mean, that's not an excuse. He's still a really energetic player. Like he's the guy who's at every breakdown.
It almost seems like the last couple of years he's kind of been in and out.
He was kind of, and Scotland's World Cup campaign wasn't incredible, so we haven't seen as much of Scotland as we've seen other teams internationally because of the World Cup because they they dropped out. But I think that's a bigger mission actually.
He gives me the same vibes as that Welsh. What's his name? Justin.
You know his
Tipperick?
name. Stop pretending you don't know. Shut up. You know his name. The greatest Welsh player of all time, Justin Tipperick.
Is that how you'd say?
Tipperick.
Tipperick, yeah.
Yeah, with a C. With
yeah,
a K,
but
with a K.
the best Welsh player of all time.
I think so, genuinely.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like a kind of a hipster opinion, but I've thought this for a long time. I think he's consistently. There was some statistic about when he plays for Wales, they win a lot more of the time as well. Obviously he's getting old now and he won't be featuring as much and such, but yeah.
Did he in his last year? Sorry, since we're just kind of going off board here.
Yeah.
But I just want in his last season, did he look like he lost a ton of weight?
He grew his hair out as well.
Yeah,
he kind of went.
Looked like really skinny and like unhealthy.
He went into a hippie phase,
Yeah.
He'd retreated to the woods, grew his hair long, started taking ayahuasca.
But anyways, back to Scotland. What's going to be sick for this team is that
Finn Russell kid. He's pretty
Finn
good.
Russell and Cameron Redpath.
Redpath, that would be fun
because they play together.
They
in
do
Bath.
play together at Bath. Yes.
So you're gonna have
a pretty established
Finn
backline
Russell,
there.
Redpath.
Yeah.
At 12, and then 13 you have Tui Palatu.
Yes.
That's going to be a deadly.
Yeah.
Trio right there.
I like Hugh Jones a lot as well. I've got a lot of time for Hugh Jones. I think Blair Kinghorn's in there.
Yeah, Blair Kinghorn.
So
Duhan Van this is
I mean obviously Duhan.
And I know
probably the best winger in.
And Blair Kinghorn has been like tearing it up at Toulouse.
Yeah.
So their back line is man, there's such a disparity between their back line and their forward pack. That's the problem.
Yeah, there is.
Right?
Yeah,
like it's just the quality of their backs versus the quality of their forwards.
Yeah.
And they need that quality in their forward pack to really make the backs shine.
Something else I wrote down about Scotland is the average age of this team is 28, which is reasonably young. So there are a lot of new, or I should say younger players in there with less caps as well.
Yeah.
And I think similar to what Wales are doing, maybe it's forced or maybe it's deliberate, but they are picking a lot of inexperienced guys, probably with an eye on rebuilding. It's the start of a World Cup cycle. So I think Scotland might not have the best campaign because they're going to struggle against England, France, and Ireland. But they've already got a scary back line.
Yeah.
And they've got a lot. They're bringing in a lot of younger guys. So
I just feel like without that forward pack, it's kind of just mute.
They don't have a lot of depth in their forwards.
Because if the forward pack is not creating things for you, it's kind of almost a waste.
Which is why I think Hamish Watson's omission is a big deal because he was really lively, right? He's a really lively forward. So there's a lot of old, slow. Anyway.
Another impressive thing that I don't think anyone talks about the Scotland squad at all is Gregor Townsend himself. Who is he related to?
What do you mean? Oh.
Like, how long has he been the coach for Scotland? Like 19 years?
Yeah, but who else is there?
You could have had someone else. I don't know. Like, they must fucking love him there. Like, do they have shrines?
Finn Russell doesn't love him.
I think they kind of get along now.
Yeah, but
you're kind of. It's been so long, so many years. Like, ever since I've been watching rugby.
It's not like they're successful either, is it really? They haven't done
anything.
No
growth.
Yeah.
It's the same discussion every year about Scotland. Oh, this team. Look how good this team looks. And then it's just the same outcome.
I think it's because Scotland are really exciting to watch these days.
Yeah.
They've become one of the most exciting attacking teams in international rugby, but they just don't win some of the games they should win. And they love beating England now. You know?
I think that's the only thing that keeps Gregor Townsend's job.
Sexy backline beating England.
Yeah, and that's it. That's all they want.
Do you know what, man? That's not a bad ambition, for a team that is not a country that isn't the most rugby focused comparatively,
They don't need to win the Six Nations.
They don't need to
They don't even need to make the knockout stages of the World Cup. They just
got to be sexy
England.
and beat England.
Yeah. Because that seems like that's all like when I'm looking at him and just his record from all these years.
Yeah.
It's just England wins. I'm like, is this all that they care about?
To put it into context, though, before him, it wasn't even that. It was just losing. So
also in like the last 10 years, like crowds have been up in Scotland in general. That's what I'm hearing too.
It's because it's sexy
so,
backline.
A lot more people are paying attention to it.
I would go and watch a game of just Duhan van der Merwe running around with his shirt off. He looks like Dolph Lundgren.
They're a team notorious for rock stars, eh?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, when you look at those, when they have some players that are just like rock stars.
Party boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big bicep party boys, yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, like I feel like I'm not expecting anything from this team.
No, well, when we get to Wales, I'm going to talk about the first game of the Six Nations in Cardiff.
I don't think they're going to beat Wales.
Oh,
but I don't think so.
oh, you've ruined my speculation now.
I know.
That's fine.
I know
I
you're
wasn't
kinda
going to talk
building
about
for
it
that.
yet. I'm going to talk about it in a minute. You'll
Because I know you're Welsh and you just don't believe in your own team ever. You just think the worst.
Mate, you don't even talk about your own
You're a
team.
doomsday fan.
I'd rather be Welsh than Canadian when it comes to rugby.
All right, let's go on to the next team.
You just put your rugby team up for adoption. At least I love mine.
Okay. England.
Yeah, you got me going now. Let's go back now. Yeah, I'm joking. England. This is the one I was most excited to talk about, mostly because of the damn traitor Faye Waboso.
Are you getting more angry now?
Now I'm angry.
Yeah.
Now I'm angry, yeah, because we lost Wuri Samet as well. It's like, where are our wingers? They're all gone, abandoned us.
Yeah.
I'm pissed.
They also have...
I can't believe... You know what? When I was being really nice about it last week, I was thinking like, okay...
Look how mature I'm being.
You know what? I'm being really reasonable, and yeah, he's got all these very good reasons for doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And now I just think, fuck off. I think it's because when they picked him, I didn't think they would pick him. I think that's what it was. And, you know, now it's kind of naive to think that they wouldn't have picked him because he's really good.
Yeah.
And now they've picked him. When you were saying earlier before we recorded, and you were saying him in an England shirt singing "God Save the King" with all his boys grabbing around him and a tear down his eye, that's what got me. I was like, how dare you?
He's going to be like shoulder to shoulder, grabbing onto those jerseys.
He's a Cardiff boy. Oh, that hurts.
He's going to have his head up to the sky, tears going down his eyes. He's going to be singing God Save the King.
That image got me, actually.
Shaking.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, with the boys.
To the worst national anthem in the world.
When they're playing against Wales.
Oh, jeez, no.
He's going to play. He's going to play.
Yeah.
When I saw one omission on this team,
yeah,
I was exactly like, okay, when I didn't see this guy on the team, on the squad,
yeah,
I knew Waboso was going to play.
Yeah.
Because they didn't put Kakanasinga.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't make the team.
And he's been playing well for Bath. Yeah. He has.
Right? So I was like, for sure, this power winger is going to get onto the team.
They need a big
when I didn't see him in the squad,
he's so fucking
I was like, Waboso is going to be for sure.
Yeah.
Like, that's why he's on it, because Waboso took that spot. Or
they're just going to give him 5 minutes so he can't play for Wales, and they'll have to wait 5 years to play for Wales.
No, that's what England's going to do with fucking Tom Roebuck.
Yeah.
Because he was Scottish.
Right.
Qualified too.
Right.
So they snapped him up. I bet he's going to get they're going to do an All Blacks, give him 19
30 seconds against Italy. So he can't play for him.
He just dissolves into the background forever.
You're probably right. Anyway, I wanted to mention a couple of things for England. Now I'm over my anger. I'm not over it. But Danny Kerr, 4 caps away from 100 caps, right?
Yeah.
His second career comeback for England.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely playing well for Harlequins. Feel really happy for him. That's cool.
Danny Kerr being in the team really gives me the idea, since he's still there, that they're going to have Marcus Smith starting.
Because of the Harlequins combo, that makes sense.
So when I saw that, so I don't think...
Well, they've got Alex Mitchell and Finn Smith in the squad. They've got 2 team-based 9-10 pairings. So that's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, and it was good to see Finn Smith get on the team.
It was, yeah. Do you see that drop goal he scored as well?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Fuck him. I do not like it. There was who was some surprise omissions?
Zach Mercer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was a bit salty and he did a little statement where he was
did he? I don't
think
that.
I think he was like, Borthwick doesn't know what I can deliver. Borthwick doesn't get me, man. It was something like that. It sounded a bit petulant. But he came back here to play for England. He was clear about that. He was playing out of his skin in France.
Yeah.
So but the thing's Gloucester are crap. They're not winning a lot of games.
No.
But he is a standout player in their team.
Yeah.
But it's hard to pick someone when you can't see what they're fully capable of, right? Because if you're not on a winning side, it's hard to see what you're going to be able to do for an England team. But I like him. He's a bit like Faletau. He's not so much an abrasive 8 where he's right up in your face, big, straight, forward hard carries. He uses his feet a lot off the back of a scrum when he picks up. He'll run right around you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So he is a different type of 8 to Dombrandt. So I feel bad for him, but also you can't have everything. You got to play for a winning team to.
I still can't believe fucking Borthwick is trying to make Dombrandt work. I just can't. He's still in the team.
He's it's a tricky one because he has been playing really well for Quinn. So
he's been playing well all the time. He always plays well. Every fucking year in the Prem, he has a good year.
They give him another go and he messes it up.
Yeah, he puts an England shirt on and he's still good. He's not bad in an England shirt, but he's not that next level game changer great.
But the thing is, they had Billy Vunipola probably the best date in the world in an England shirt for a number of years.
Yeah,
right. Like
too long. I think he was in that jersey for too long.
He was, but the thing is like that was a big pair of shoes to fill, and Don Brandt couldn't fill it.
No, and then you had a guy like Zach Mercer come back,
rock star in France,
busting
stats.
He's been
wide
playing
open.
pretty good for Gloucester too.
He has,
and nothing.
Nope.
No, we're gonna make Don Brandt work.
That's such a Borthwick. I picked the best squad for that. I can't do his accent.
Yeah,
but you know
and
what I mean? Very,
another
very
person was Alfie Barbary too. He's been on fire too.
Yeah.
No, Don Brandt.
Yeah.
The guy, like, he's had his chances.
You like Barbary as well, don't you?
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, I do as well. He's good.
Yeah, those two were
some surprise omissions in England.
Yeah. Also, like, let's see here, Dan Cole. Again, he made the team again.
Well, so did Joe Marler, man. They're just gonna keep going,
which is kind of scary. Because like that's the best you can take out.
I mean, I'm also thinking that, like I said, props. If a prop is still playing well, their age doesn't matter, because all they got to do is hold up a scrum, and props age. They're the one position where if you're older, you're probably better.
Which is quite surprising. The amount of beatings you take.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think it's just because if you just
maybe
keep beating, you just get heavier.
Your bones are calcifying more, and you can move less. You have less mobility after just being so abused.
Just weighed down by
you're just
kidney
more
stones.
Structured and more stiff. You're able to hold the scrum up better.
Yeah, maybe
your bones are all fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, because to see those two in the team, I was actually quite surprised. But it was kind of worrying for me too. It's like, the depth of you know what? It's kind of a common theme I'm seeing in a Six Nations team is the kind of lack of depth in front row for the
even in Ireland.
Yep.
Maybe not in France so much, but yeah, you're not wrong. We don't have any depth in Wales, so
that was kind of thing. Sinclair didn't make the team.
No,
but he
hasn't been. Bristol.
I felt that. I'm actually surprised Ellis Genge.
I like Ellis Genge.
Is on the team too. I just feel like he's not the guy to rely on.
I like him. I think he's pretty mobile for a prop as well.
Jamie George, captain.
That's good. I'm happy for him. Yeah.
He's getting one of those hybrid contracts.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because he's someone you're probably going to pick.
He's like 33.
Yeah. Yeah. Luke Cowan-Dickey made it as well.
Did he?
Yep. So I
think
him.
we have to get out of our minds the whole 4-year cycle building up for the World Cup.
Well, I think honestly, I was thinking that the other day. I think for some teams, it's a bit of an excuse. Like looking at Wales, we just don't have a lot of people to pick from, and then people say, "Oh, we're building." It's like, no, we're not building anything. There's no one available. So anyway, I'll get to that.
There was also a Bath prop that I was surprised didn't make it into the team. I can't remember his name though. Ben Albano was in there though.
Yeah.
Joe Hayes. I was wondering if he was going to get call up, and he did.
Yeah.
But this.
I think if I was an England fan though, like as much as we've whined about a couple of positions, I'd be pretty excited if I was an England fan. There's a lot of exciting combinations, some young talent in there. One of them is Welsh, but
their center pairings. There's definitely their weakest position.
What's wrong with Elliot Daly? Don't like Elliot Daly?
Well, he's not
the ultimate utility back.
He's not a center.
It's the Swiss Army knife of rugby players.
But he's also not a winger.
He could be anything you want him to be.
He's also not a fullback.
He could be the coach.
Fuck Elliot Daly. This guy's going to be in the team forever.
Of course he is.
As long as he's alive and breathing, this fucking guy will make the team.
Yeah, because you can kick a ball from 3 stadiums away and still nail it, you know?
That's exactly why I guess he's reliable.
Got a boot like a cannon, that's why.
Like, why isn't Joe Cockanasinga in there? And Elliot Daly's in there?
Because they wanted to cap Emmanuel Faye-Waboso to deprive the proud Welsh people of our best winger in a generation. Henry Slade's been playing well. He's in there. I'm happy about that as well.
We hadn't mentioned that too. That's a good call up for him.
Yeah.
So
we're really picking through this with a fine tooth comb, eh? Do we?
Yeah, but
it's exciting though, isn't it? I'd be pretty happy if I was an England fan.
I feel like there's just something. There was a couple players really that can push this into like the next generation. There's a few players that could have been in here that can really push the team forward that I think Borthwick overlooked. Like
Mike Brown.
Yeah, Mike Brown.
He's been playing well.
Yeah. They lack they're also what they're thin on is fullbacks too.
I'm not a huge Freddie Stewart fan, to be honest. Like He's good under the high ball. He's big, but I don't really see him as an attacking threat.
No.
So
I know he's been judged about that.
Yeah.
Oh, George Furbank.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's another fullback option.
And he's been playing good. Yeah, and he can slot in at 10 too.
Mm.
So
they don't need him to, but
yeah,
he could.
All right, let's go on to your favorite team, Ireland.
Ireland.
What do you think about this? I want your opinion on this team because I know you're just gonna get so bitter.
I'm not. I think I'd be. If I was okay. First thing I want to say is on their graphic, they've got their forwards, their backs, and then 3 players under training panelists.
Yeah, training panelists.
Was that a computer error? Like
I don't know what the fuck. I think everyone's a little confused by that.
Did the Word document glitch or something? Like
I don't like.
What the hell is a training panelist?
Are they in the squad? No. So they're not in the squad. No. They're
there.
They're there.
They're just bringing out the sandwiches at halftime.
You're in the team and not in the team?
I don't know.
You're watching the team? What does the panelist mean? Are you just going to be doing the press conferences? Like what's your job?
Yeah, they're just water boys or something.
The training panelist. I thought that was an odd term.
It's gross.
Put them in the squad.
I feel bad for him.
Just put them in the squad.
Yeah.
Maybe it's to justify the big squad. I don't know.
It's funny though.
Well, one of them's already one of them's going to be already down too because Thomas Ahern. Tom Ahern took that knee.
Tom Ahern, he did. Yes.
So he's going to probably he might be okay for the Six Nations.
Yeah.
But he's going to be out for a couple weeks.
For sure.
So I think his hopes for making a team, which sucks.
He's been playing really well. That does suck. Yeah. I mean, Sam Prendergast, I'm very excited to see. But then again, they've got some pretty nice 10 options there.
Yeah.
So it's hard to see. Maybe that's what they call training panelists. They're like, you're not getting near a game, but if you make nice sandwiches for the boys, we'll let you keep making sandwiches next year. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. Another scary thing too, for this team that I thought was pretty scary was the loose head prop. That's probably the weakest part of this team.
Explain.
Because it just drops after Porter. It drops off quite significantly. Yeah. So it's just kind of they have some guys coming up.
I don't think Ireland have depth issues, to be honest.
I think at loose head they do.
Okay. Maybe. And then it's kind of it's their own fault for not picking anyone else or letting anyone else have any game time.
No, not that. Not that. Because they got 4 teams and stuff like that. But when you look at when you actually go to the teams and look through the squads, the quality just drops off after Andrew Porter quite significantly.
So he just can't get injured.
Yeah, they have some guys. They have a kid, Sam Elo at Connacht.
Right.
He's a kid coming up. He's still quite young.
Yeah.
They got Mike. No, he's coming up at tight head. They got Mike Milne at Leinster.
Right.
He's a loose head. He's still a young kid. But yeah, I thought that was the loose head proposition is probably their weakest on the team.
Yeah. I think, the wingers it's not weak. It's just they're very different players. Right? Mac Hansen's injured, and he's your classic, very fast, steppy winger.
Yeah, but I still think they have a lot of wingers.
They do, they do. I'm just saying they're a bit of a mixed bag of styles. So it's not like you replace one for another and they do the same kind of job. So, for example, James Lowe I think of as quite a physical winger with a good boot, but he's not necessarily the fastest winger. And then you've got someone like Stockdale who is, again, physical but a bit faster. Don't really think of him as a kicker as much. Jordan Lama has played a fair bit of 15 as well as wing, and he's got a really good sidestep. But all I'm saying is they're different sizes and shapes and styles. I don't think it's a position of weakness. I just think it's a bit interesting. Because
you go like Andrew Porter,
and
then
on the wing.
I don't care about the wing. I care about the loose head prop. Right. Wing's fine. I don't care about fucking Hansen because, I got guys.
All right.
Hansen's one guy.
All right.
Right? He's good. But, the step down from Porter.
Yeah.
Jeremy Lohman is good. But he's no Andrew Porter.
It's no Andrew Porter.
And then you get Keane Healy after that.
Yeah. Old man Healy. I told you, man, though. Props get better as they get older. He's fine. Probably smoking a pack of 20 right now, dreaming of winning another Six Nations championship.
I also don't understand having Ollie Yeager as a panelist. Why isn't just put him in the squad? Why is Keeling Healy there?
He is in the squad. He's just making sandwiches.
This is really frustrating.
He's making sandwiches. He's there.
Any omissions? that caught your eye?
Surprise emissions. The other Prendergast. The Connacht Prendergast.
I was just gonna bring him up.
Yeah,
Cian Prendergast.
He's been playing really well. I feel bad for him.
I was surprised he wasn't in this team. He hasn't had a bad game all season.
No, he hasn't. He's really good.
Yeah, and he actually yesterday.
Yeah.
He had a bolter of a game.
Doesn't play for Leinster though, so it works against him.
It plays, yeah.
You know,
He plays for Connacht. It's good.
They don't care.
I was actually surprised. Another person I was surprised too is Gavin Coombs.
Yes, actually, yes. Good point. Good point. He hasn't had a bad game. Even when Munster have looked not good, he has looked good. And he can play lock or in the back row as well. So he's very versatile.
I couldn't believe that but when you're looking at the team and you're looking at those back rower guys, like you're like, who are you gonna take out?
That's what I'm saying.
You're not taking out Jack Honan.
I mean, I might because
Ryan
he plays
Baird.
less than Caelan Doris. And Leinster could do with the number 8.
Oh, Jack Conan's really good.
Yeah.
And that Nick, how do you say his last name?
Timoni. Yeah.
He's been on fire for Ulster. So he's been really good too. So it was, oh man.
It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, they have a really good problem there.
There's room in the training panelist section for Gavin Coombs. That's what surprises me.
Why did they just put him in the fucking...
They need a lot of sandwiches. They're big boys.
Thomas Ahern looks like he's going to be out for a couple weeks or maybe a week or something like that.
Right.
Depending on how bad.
So he's coming back.
So maybe they can throw in Gavin Coombs or Cian Prendergast.
Yeah.
I really thought that those two were hard done by.
They were. I want to get a T-shirt with an island logo that says training panelist on it.
You love that, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're getting at.
But yeah, like you're not taking. I was just trying to think about who you're going to take out for those two, but I wouldn't.
No,
I wouldn't take
I'd take Jack Conan out, not because he's bad, but because I want to give Gavin Coombs a go. That's the only reason.
Jack Conan's good.
He is good, but Caelan Doris is slightly better.
And he's proven good too.
That's what I'm saying. Like you don't need him. Give some. This is Ireland's problem. They don't pick inexperienced guys.
What team's gonna do that? You know what?
Ireland is what I'm saying.
Let's just play around here.
I mean,
you want to win the Six Nations.
You've got Caelan Doris starting. You'll be all right without him.
Wales. Not Wales, where they're just like, you know what? We're not gonna win this, so let's just play the field.
Making it personal Steve.
Ireland's gonna win. Want to win? They want to win the Six Nations.
I'm cutting you off. Blue ribbon in a minute, mate. I'll be here for you.
It's the blue ribbon, man. It's making me.
Me too,
actually. Bringing out the hillbilly.
Yeah, me too, actually. Yeah, we shouldn't drink.
But yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah.
What did I have in my notes here? Nope. Also, like, there's just no one to. Really, there's no one to replace Hugo Keenan.
No, that's a good point. Fullback.
If Keenan goes down. They're really fucked.
Jordan Lama would probably go there, I reckon.
Yeah.
And Hugo Keenan's a lot better than him, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah, because same with loosehead and fullback. Once Hugo Keenan gets injured or can't play, the quality drops significantly.
It does, yeah. I mean, I like Jordan Lama a lot, though. But, he's not the same.
I'm glad to see him back in the team.
Me too. I am, yeah. He's fun.
Mac Hansen being injured, too, also brought in... Calvin Nash.
Yes.
The new Keith Conway.
Yeah. He's cloning machine.
He's legit
fired
the new
up again.
Keith Conway.
Yeah, the new Andrew Earls.
The Andrew Earls, Keith Conway.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you watch him play, he reminds me of...
Head down, shoulders up.
Yeah. Awkward run.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they took the blood from both of those guys and they created Calvin Nash.
They did. They took their DNA after they liquefied them when they retired.
Yeah, they're not. That's what they did again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had a good game today too. Yeah. So I'm actually quite excited to see him in the squad. See how he's gonna do. He's gonna be I think he's the type of winger that Farrell likes too.
Yeah, bit more physical. I don't know if that's the right word. No,
it's more physical. His work rate is really good.
Work rate is the right word
because he doesn't want like Henry. I can never say his last name.
Henry Arundel.
Yeah, you know the guy. He just kind of sits there and waits for something to happen, for someone to give him something, and then
he wants people to come in and look for work, doesn't he? Yeah. So work rate is the right word.
And Calvin Nash is one of those guys.
He is. He does pop up around the center a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
And then,
I mean, long story short, I'm not. If I was an Irish fan, like that's a pretty good squad. I think they're only going to be threatened by France, and that first game could decide the Six Nations. So.
Yeah, the 10 story is going to be a little more dramatic too because Harry Byrne went off at the end of the game today. So I don't know the state, but he didn't look too good coming off the field.
I like Kieran Frawley as well, though. I don't think you're losing. I wouldn't be worried about it.
I still think they're gonna go Jack Crowley to start, anyways.
Yeah, they probably are. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Or a training panelist.
The team.
Yeah.
And now the team of teams.
Yes.
The team that will win the Grand Slam.
The once and future champions of the Six Nations.
I'll just turn off my mic and I'll just let you go.
Yeah,
on
you
this
can
one.
leave now.
Wales.
Leave that beer.
So tell me about Wales.
We're gonna.
Oh my God, Kieran Azarati.
My boy. Yeah, I mean,
the big pumpkin is on there.
I probably don't have a lot to say, to be honest, other than we're fucked. Nah, we'll be all right. I think if we can beat Scotland at home, which shouldn't be the challenge that it looks like now.
Yeah.
Then we might get another couple of wins.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see us beating Ireland away.
No,
I really can't see it.
I don't either.
I can't see us beating France either home or away. So realistically, we can beat Scotland, we can beat Italy, and I think we'll give England a game. But if you look at our squad compared to theirs, it's not looking good, you know?
I don't think the England squad looks like so exciting.
I do.
That might be a game that the Welsh can get up for.
Yeah, I mean, we will get up for it because that's what we do. But I mean, okay, so I'll start with some positives then.
Yeah, give me some positives.
Really
feel good about this team.
Yeah,
I want you to make me believe that they can do something.
It's going to be hard sell.
You're such a doomsday fan.
Well, I told you I'm hibernating for a couple of years while we're shit. I like Dav Jenkins as captain. That's a really good choice. He's captained Exeter. He knows what he's doing. I've heard him speak in a few interviews. Solid guy. So that's great. And fuck, is that the only positive?
We got Kai Evans.
Really? Have we? Great. Fullback, we're a mess. Really. We really are a mess at fullback. Cam Winnett just got his jaw broken, so we're not even going to see the exciting youngster. We've got a lot of injuries as well.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, we've got, our captain fantastic, Captain Morgan.
So who's going to play fullback?
Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe Johan Lloyd? Maybe. It's hard for me to say, really. Like, I'm just sort of pausing in shock.
Rio Dyer? Can he play fullback?
No. I don't think he would play fullback. No. I will have a quick think about it. He's talked about Tom Rogers, the Scarlets winger. He has played fullback.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess he could. I think Johan Lloyd would be the fullback, though, because he is a really good player. He did play fullback at Bristol. He was pretty good there.
Yeah.
So he could do it. Yeah. I think he'd be good at it as well. Like, the backs aren't too bad. Like, we've got Gareth Davis from experience. Thomas Williams got a lot of good experience. 10 is a problem. Sam Costello just overcoming an injury.
I guess Callum Sheedy really was the worst 10 in the Prem.
Well, he's not picking a lot of guys in England, though. Like, unless they're really good, he's not picking a lot of English-based players.
Yeah, I wonder what the mentality. This team looks young.
And I think
there's a lot of 20-somethings in this team.
And Gatland said, he sees that as a positive because we are blooding youngsters. We've got the lowest average age of any Six Nations squad, which is 25 years old, which is young. So this is definitely a team for the future.
Like, I'm only seeing 5 guys over 30 in this team.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they all retired, didn't they? They're all gone.
Yeah.
So I'm positive in the sense that we are going to find out which of these kids are products for the future. I'm genuinely excited about that. I just can't see us winning many games of Six Nations. I just hope we put up a fight. Gatland's strength is his selection policy is excellent.
Which one of these new kids are you most excited about?
Mason Grady, I think, most.
He's got 6 caps already.
Yeah, I'm still young, though. I was excited for Cameron
Winnett.
What
about Cameron? Yeah, but then he broke his jaw.
Yeah, he'll play. I don't think it's going to keep him out for too long.
With a broken jaw?
There's this. Apparently he's only out for another couple of weeks. That's why. I heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But, who knows? Who knows? They've snapped up this guy from Bath, Archie Griffin. So maybe he'll be good.
What about Evan Lloyd, this hooker? Have you seen much of him this year?
A little bit. Like, yeah, he's not even first choice. Like, so for the props, we've dropped Dylan Lewis. We're not picking Tom Francis. We're not picking.
Where's Tom Francis?
He's playing in France in the I can't remember he's playing. He's playing in France, and Gatlin was just like, we've already talked to him. He's not playing because he's in France or something like that. And Henry Thomas, that guy who we borrowed off England.
He turned it down?
I don't know. He didn't turn it down necessarily. I just think Gatlin was like, we need to play some of these Welsh-based younger props to build some depth in that position, right? So I think Gatlin is definitely thinking, we're not going to win this. Let's just blood some youngsters, right?
He seems like the most Wales, like Gatlin looks like he's the most experimental out of all the Six Nations.
I mean, here's the thing. I don't think it's experimental necessarily, because if you think about every position and who would you rather have instead of them, those people have retired. This is it. Except maybe in prop. Except maybe like you might want Thomas Francis as a prop. But I think that's basically it. And in one sense, it's exciting because we will find out who's good for the future. And because all these Welsh players who've gone to England have forced younger players to come through in their teams, we are exposing younger kids to high level rugby, which is good. But
where's Liam Williams?
He's in Japan, isn't he?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Where's Lee Halfpenny?
He's in New Zealand, isn't he?
New Zealand.
Yeah, so they've all pissed off. But maybe when New Zealand do that and we're like, that's great, go have a sabbatical, maybe we should be more like, go enjoy yourself. I'm omissions. Rhys Carey for Cardiff. I know people keep saying he's not fit enough. Gatlin said he wasn't fit enough, but I think he's great. I think we really need a hard carrying prop. Morgan Morse and Morgan Morris, both of the Ospreys, were omitted. That seems surprising to me. Dylan Lewis at Harlequins, who scored against Cardiff, the Judas, omitted. So there's a few surprising omissions. But obviously the thing we want to talk about, which I said I'd talk about, is Louis Rees-Zammit deciding to play American football. What do you think?
What do I think about that?
Yeah, because I've talked enough.
Well, this is a thing that everyone's been so focused on Louis Rees-Zammit going to trying out for the NFL.
Yeah.
And everyone's been so focused on like saying how he's not going to make the NFL. So let's be honest. He's not going to make the NFL.
I don't think that's true.
But is he going to play in the NFL? 100% he's going to play in the NFL.
And he's going to make a lot of money even if he's in a practice squad is what I heard. So he'll be all right.
Yeah. So like this is not about someone from the NFL came to Louis Rees-Zammit and said, you could make it as an NFL player. Someone from the NFL made him believe that he could do this.
And they probably believe that to a degree, don't they?
No, they don't.
Okay.
The NFL doesn't. This is the thing.
I'm going to defer to your North American expertise here.
Okay.
All right.
This is 100% marketing. This is 100%.
Oh, that's a conspiracy.
This is 100% NFL marketing.
Okay.
And it's genius marketing.
Okay.
Right? It's to get more European eyes on the NFL.
They really want that.
Yes, they do.
They always play that game in London, don't they?
Yeah, it's a market they go after hard.
I don't know what they're expecting to happen. Like they're gonna a team is gonna spring up in London. I don't think so.
Because when Christian Wade played his 2 games or whatever, the European audience numbers went through the roof.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So this is pure marketing.
Oh, that's such a sad thing if that's true.
Because people are like, he's not gonna even make a squad. He's not gonna like guaranteed if he's good enough or not. He's going to get on that field.
At least once or twice.
So
they can get the numbers up.
Just for the numbers, just for the marketing, just to get those eyes on the NFL.
That is disgusting.
This is complete marketing.
Just ruining someone's life for money.
Everyone's like focused on like if he's going to be good enough to make it. Like this is not the objective here. The objective is NFL marketing.
That's a conspiracy.
And it's genius marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All 3 million Welsh people are going to tune in and watch him. And
it's not just the Welsh people. It's everyone in
Gloucester is going to watch. Yeah.
Anyone that knows who Louis Rees-Zammit is going to watch.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of people.
I suppose so.
So, yeah, this is just target marketing.
That's disgusting, if that's true. I'll tell you what I think, though. I think I heard so much about it this week that I kind of got sick of hearing about it. But I did kind of come to the conclusion, good luck to him, you know? And I did get a bit pissed off with a lot of people speculating about the NFL and how it's the most intense sport in the world, as if those people aren't just athletes as well. People like he hasn't been playing this since he's 4 years old, so he's going to be nowhere near as good as... Yeah, he's not going to be as... He hasn't got the muscle memory of the game, but I don't see why he can't be good at it if he applies himself. He's an incredible athlete, right? So I hate this idea that the athletes of the NFL are like the ultimate athletes in any sport. Yeah, they do one job very specifically well. They're still human beings. They're not Supermen, you know?
They're not ultimate athletes in general. They're just ultimate athletes
are doing one specific thing.
Like, you're talking about billions of dollars in research making these guys the best at what they do.
It's like Ivan Drago in Rocky IV. There's like a lab.
Yeah, there is a lab, and these
testing
guys
minuscule muscle movements.
The amount of work that goes into these guys to being the absolute best at doing what they're doing for the 5 seconds that they have to do it.
Yeah,
is incredible.
But they're going to do that for him now, so surely he'll be good at it.
Yeah, but these guys have. He's starting at like what, 25, 21? He's 21.
22, right? I think.
22, 21.
Something like that.
These guys were starting at like 12.
Yeah, I've heard that 14, a lot, but 15. They weren't in a lab when they were 12 years old.
It's kind of like this. I would say the same thing about an NFL player trying to come over to rugby. It'd be the same thing. There's just a foundation missing there.
I don't think so, man. It's basically turn-based rugby anyway, so it's not that different. You got to catch the ball from behind your head. That looks difficult. Once you caught it, you're doing the same thing he would be doing anyway.
Yeah, but he'll definitely get into a uniform. He'll definitely be on the field.
Just for the do you know
just for the eyes, just for the eyes, just for the marketing.
Oh, that makes
this is
me
just
sick.
100% a marketing thing.
Really?
This is just sneaky NFL.
Yeah.
Trying to pry eyes from rugby.
Yeah.
Look at our product.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually have content on the internet.
They're much better at rugby than that though.
Yeah.
But it is a much bigger sport, you'd think.
So that's my take on it.
That's interesting. I haven't heard that take, which just surprises me because I've heard every other one this week. But, I was genuinely thinking, like, good luck to him. And I was thinking as well, there's a lot of Europeans who look down their nose at American sport, which is kind of what I was just doing now, right?
Yeah.
But it annoys
That's
me.
exactly what you're doing.
But, shut the fuck up and listen for a second. Because what I was going to say is, like, it annoys me because if he'd have decided he was going to play tennis, like the recently deceased JPR Williams could have done, like he was a very good tennis player, people would have been like, cool, good luck. But because it's NFL and it's an American sport, people are like, why are you doing that? That's disgusting. Don't you dare come back. How dare you not be proud to wear a Wales jersey? Like, if he was playing cricket, everyone would be like, oh, sweet, Louis Rees-Zamm's going to play cricket.
You think you just come over here and eat a hot dog and play some NFL, boy?
Yeah, so for both sides of it, there's a little bit of arrogance. Like, there's a lot of arrogance from the Europeans going like, why are you doing that? You're a traitor. And a lot of Americans going like, he's never going to be good enough.
I agree. But, yeah, that's my conspiracy take on it.
I appreciated that yours was original, to be fair.
Yeah, because I was listening to everyone around. I'm like, this is not the conversation we should be having.
Yeah.
This is an attack.
Yeah.
This is an NFL marketing attack
on our
sport.
Sweet little island.
Yeah.
And little Wales. Yeah. I'm going to miss him, though. I'll say that. We are going to miss him.
He'll be back in like 2 years.
Yeah,
He'll be back after the next season.
He'll be playing for Racing, scoring against Cardiff, just like Christian Wade.
Yeah, he'll spend a year there, and he'll be back. He'll be back in a year.
Yeah.
Right back where he started.
And I'm sad because I don't think quite seen the best of him yet. That's another thing.
No, but he's only 21 or 22. Yeah. So he can waste a year.
Fair enough.
He's not going to get injured.
No, they wear those big armor, so he'll be fine.
Yeah, so he's going to be under way less like physical stress.
Yeah.
So, and he's going to be doing some like intense training.
Just going to come back with a tan, a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then play really well.
Yeah.
All right. I'm excited then. But to summarize, Wales, bad situation, a little bit excited for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Will miss Rees-Zammit, and I've now decided Faye Waboso is a dirty traitor. That's everything.
Also, that was a question from Levi Lovinator 99.
Oh.
Yeah, he sent us
Big boy question. Levi 69.
Yeah.
Vape Nation.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, he sent us an email asking us about that.
That was the fact. We've answered it in reverse, but we've answered it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, that's what we think about it.
There you go.
Yeah. And it was original. Well done, Steve.
Another thing, Joe Schmidt.
Yes.
Let's talk about this.
Yes. I'm excited for this.
Holy fuck.
You go first. I've been talking a lot.
I was kind of a little let down they didn't go for an Australian.
Yeah.
I thought, but getting Joe Schmidt to come over there.
Yeah.
Fuck. He has a hard job. I would not want this job.
It's a poison chalice, eh?
I just don't. He's a good coach.
Yeah.
He's smart. He's an overworker. Like the task he has in front of him.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna like implode.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna have a meltdown.
Yeah.
End up in like a fucking mental hospital. Like, cause this is a hard task. Like he easily has the hardest job in world rugby to make something of the Wallabies, to like bring it back from what it was.
Just this deformed, crippled creature that he's got to nurse back to health.
It's in such fucking shambles.
Yeah.
Like from the top down.
Yeah.
Like if he manages to make something of this, if he makes something of this, he is the most incredible coach ever.
I'll tell you what I think.
Yeah.
I was so excited because I've been so down about Australia, and as much as I want them to be good. That we need a good Australia team to keep New Zealand in check, to beat them every once in a while and to remind them that they're human, right?
I think everyone's excited. Even the comments I saw online from Australians.
This is an excellent choice. This is I was racking my brain, like, who do you pick? Can't have Checker again, but like this is a perfect choice. He's so structured, he's so organized, he did such a good job with Ireland. Can't think of a better choice. I didn't think of it, but someone did, and I'm really happy they did,
I can't. Like, I can't comprehend how hard of a task, how hard of a fucking job he has.
Because Eddie Jones burnt a lot of bridges.
Yeah, this is the toughest job in world rugby. And
it is.
Yeah, I can't fathom. I can't even comprehend it.
Yeah, good luck, eh?
Yeah, and the type of guy he is, like just how obsessive he is.
Yeah, he is micromanaging, isn't he?
And he's got like this mountain of problems that he has to sort through.
Yeah.
It's like walking into like a fucking stadium that's just filled with boxes of paper files, and then it's like, okay, Schmidt, you have to organize all these.
Yeah, but he's the guy to do it, though.
Yeah,
he is the guy to do it.
He is the guy to do
a bit of micromanagement.
Yeah, he is like a fucking computer, anyways.
Yeah, he's gonna get Quade Cooper right on that. I'm well excited.
Oh, I don't know what he's gonna do. I'm excited. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out, and then when the championship starts, I can't wait for that too.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, now they've really spiked up the championship.
They have. They've made it spicy. New Zealand have got a point to prove after losing in the World Cup.
Spicy
it's going to be a good one.
Because new coach for All Blacks.
Yeah,
basically everyone's kind of like everything's going to be new. Razzie's like there, but he's the coach again.
But having South Africa as the one constant is a good thing. They're the world champions. Like, come and knock them off their perch,
Yeah,
that's
cool.
That's a good
thing. Yeah, there's a lot of good things about that. So
yeah,
I'm excited for the rugby championship.
Not excited to get up at 5 a.m., but we'll definitely have to watch it now.
I know you're gonna have to do this.
I know. I'm excited. I want
Every
to now.
year you've always turned me down.
Why don't we just record them?
No, you can't watch it not live.
Yeah, I'll probably
ruin it. Fucking serial killer are you? You know who doesn't watch sports? You know who watches recordings of games? Serial killers.
Ted Bundy.
Yeah, Ted
watching
Bundy.
the rugby championship on TiVo.
Yeah,
what a freak.
Yeah, fucking weirdos do that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
you're gonna hate getting up to watch it, though. But I will, because I'm excited for it. Yeah.
Another thing in the news.
All right.
Gatlin grenades.
Well, I love swallowing a Gatlin. I love diving on grenades for Gatlin. It's a great idea. So Gatlin said Welsh team should join the Premiership or something to that effect.
Yeah.
Like I said, I used to be totally against this idea, and I was totally, my Celtic brothers, I will stand with you. Now I'm like, fuck them.
Now you just went full Roboso.
Let's just try. Yeah.
Just like fucking.
I just called him a Jude and something. Hey, Roboso got another England shirt.
You're going over the Prem.
I'm coming.
Grabbing them shoulder to shoulder.
God save our gracious king.
Because that's fucking like how it feels. It blows my mind that that's actually the mentality.
Well, we like playing them because they're our rivals. Like, we hate them and we love playing them. That makes perfect sense to me.
The only reason why, because it's this, you'd rather lose to England than lose to Ireland.
100%.
Because you feel like you shouldn't be losing to Ireland.
No, I feel like if we do lose to England, then we can get one over on them next week. There's a rivalry there, and it's close. If I live in Cardiff, I can get to Gloucester, Exeter, Bath, Bristol in about 45 minutes.
It's just weird.
It's not, but you wouldn't know because you never experienced that.
I just,
do you know how much of a hassle to get from Cardiff to Dublin is? To Cardiff to Zebra, Cardiff to Pretoria. Like, give me the English every day. It's much easier.
This whole conversation's dumb because what should really happen is it should just all be one league.
It should be one mega British Isles league, shouldn't it?
Yeah, that's the real thing. Like, what's the point of having two? Like, I think the English don't want to join because then what happens if an English team doesn't win the championship?
Yeah.
With the
that's
Prem,
never happened before.
With the Prem, an English team always wins the championship. So. Like, I think it should be one league. Like, look at the NFL, NHL, NBA, MLB. There's 30 plus teams in each of those leagues.
And I think that's the future. I think give it 20 years, that'll probably happen because I think eventually South Africa has a big enough population to sustain its own domestic league. If France can do it,
no, keep them in there. Keep them in.
Oh, for God's sake, no.
Keep them in.
Okay.
Stop hating them. They make the team. They make the teams better.
How am I?
They raise the quality.
Fly to South Africa to watch a game every couple of weeks.
Oh my God! Stop talking about you. You live in Canada, anyways. You're not going to any of those fucking places.
But it's a hypothetical that I like to fantasize in. All right.
If it's all one league, right, you have a lot more games than the 2 or 3 that your fucking team plays in South Africa. Okay.
Do you know what my problem with the US? It's a mutant freak. It's like 1 week it's like Italy, Scotland, and Wales, and then next week South Africa showed up, and it's like, can you just relax? Can you be the Pro 12 for a while? Like, it's such a mutant league, and we're like, oh, we're the best league. No, we're fucking not. It's a mess.
It's hands down the best league.
Like, every week is a hammering of a different team, or like it's a shit show, and like,
if the Welsh teams are good, this would be the best team. You're like, man, the USC is so fucking good.
With teary eyes, I remember when the Scarlets won it in 17.
Yeah, if the Scarlets were doing their Scarlet shit still, you'd be like, fuck yeah, the USC.
Well, you know,
that's where the real rugby's played.
Ospreys still have got more titles than Munster, so they've got every right to feel like they belong there. But they don't. No one in Wales, and I speak for all Welsh people right now, I don't really. But, you know, we don't want in this league. It's a mutant freak. Get us out.
Embarrassing. But yeah, I think it should just all be one league.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that, actually. I agree with that. As long as we can cut out the South Africans.
Don't need the Champions Cup. Just have them all in one league.
Yeah.
Have the
a mega league.
A mega league.
I think we're talking about different things. I want a league where it's England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. Like a British and Irish Lions league.
I want a league that includes every team that makes sense.
I want geographical closeness.
And I think South Africa is fine.
It's not geographically close.
If you look how far like NBA teams, NFL teams, NHL teams have to travel for games.
That's such a Canadian thing to say.
It's just as far.
That's such a Canadian thing to say. You've
got
no concept.
The whole travel thing is bullshit.
Yeah, you live in a country where a close distance is a 9-hour drive, though. Like, we're not used to that. We don't understand it. We don't like it.
So it sounds like you guys are just being babies.
We're not being babies. We're thinking about the environment. You want to burn the planet? We'll fly to South Africa. I'm thinking about the environment, all right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking
about.
And
it's not like all the teams, because they'd be, like, if you had a team that big, they'd be different divisions. Some teams wouldn't even play certain team, probably.
Do you know what? If all 4 Welsh regions were relegated into the 2nd division of this hypothetical British and Irish league, I wouldn't give a shit, because we'd be close. And the environment would be saved.
Yeah, so it's, I don't know. I think it's just time to like make it all one big league.
I think it will be in 20 years.
Yeah, maybe.
When Wales are back on form.
There's a lot of different unions and groups that have to agree on things, though.
That's the problem, isn't it?
That's never going to fucking happen.
Yeah, that is so true.
Like, there's so many people that have to come together and agree on one thing.
Yeah.
That's fucking never going to happen.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense. Like, as a North American fan, like watching sports here, and I see this like multiple leagues in such a close, like, little tight area.
We have
like, what the fuck is the point here? Like, just make it all one thing.
There's like 70 million people in the UK. There's 35 million in Canada. So
there's 360 fucking million people in the United States.
Yeah, but you've only got like one team in the NBA.
Yeah, but we got 7.
And the shit.
7 in the NHL.
Yeah, but you invented hockey, so.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, that's like,
it's a different kettle of fish. I think you have to have experienced the living in the UK to know, like, and there's historical rivalries there as well. Like, you know, we have been playing English teams for 100 years.
Yeah.
So that rivalry it's sad that that's just disappeared. And it's true, you know, we've been playing the Irish teams and the Scottish teams for just as long.
Yeah.
And I want to keep that, but I don't like that we have to go to Italy and South Africa as well.
Oh my God.
I feel bad for the Italians, but
anyway, so we can disagree that URC, best league ever.
Whatever.
Yeah. Another thing I want to talk about too that made the news.
Steroids?
Yes.
Something we can agree on.
Yeah.
Steroids bad.
Is that Elton Yanti's?
I don't think he was taking steroids. Yeah, Elton Yanti's 4-year ban, right?
4 years.
That's mental, isn't it?
It's kind of insane.
Career's over.
His career's over.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, he might be able to come back and play. He's coming to the MLR.
Yes, he probably will.
That's his only hope now.
Yeah, Man On is still going at like 40-something, isn't he? So, yeah, it's not out
I think this is kind of a brutal, this 4-year ban.
I think it's more about sending a message, isn't it? And I think they've done this in the past with other players. It's like, you have to come down so hard on performance-enhancing drugs that no one else would even consider it.
If you're... a human being with a human brain,
Mm.
and you think that there's a professional athlete out there
Yeah.
that doesn't take steroids,
That's the other
fucking
thing.
idiot.
That's the other thing, isn't it? And
every single when it comes down, when you got money involved,
yeah,
when there's money,
you're taking
there's
every
steroids.
risk. You're
doing fucking everything you can
because
to
he's
get
not the
that
first.
money.
He's not the first
No.
either, right?
Every single how you think fucking Johnny Sexton can play until he's 90 years old?
Mm.
Like they don't even they're not even taking steroids just to like be better players. They're taking steroids to recover.
And I think
keep playing.
Here's the thing: it's not just steroids, right? People talk about steroids like this big, horrible, evil drug. There's a million other banned substances which will help them recover, which will help them perform better.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that's going on in a lot of places, right?
Because this guy is destroyed. This guy's life is destroyed.
Yeah, it is.
Because he got caught doing something that every single other player is doing.
Yeah.
And like they take fucking steroids in cycling.
Oh, I know.
Cyclists get caught fucking doing steroids.
Yeah, the most chill sport.
Yeah, right? So, like, if they're doing it...
It's like if you caught chess players doing steroids, you'd be like, why?
Yeah, and it's rapid. They're like, everyone's doing it. It's all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
And, like, if it's that bad there,
it's
such a fucking dumb sport, like, in macho rugby, it's going to be fucking everywhere.
Where the guys already look like they're on steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's not, like, I don't know. It's just a waste. It's
so, you feel like he's been scapegoated despite the fact there's probably other people who are also taking
They're trying to set this example.
To be clear, he wasn't caught taking steroids. It was some kind of stimulant weight loss drug, which is
it had a steroid in it.
Maybe, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
It has some sort of hormone shit in it.
I mean, it was a banned substance. So my point is, there's a million different drugs that you could get caught for taking.
Yeah.
You know? So
I don't know. it's a waste. It's a mute. Like the fact
what
that they're trying to hide.
What would you do then?
The fact that they're trying to hide that every athlete is taking steroids or doing some sort of steroids, regardless to be better player, or just to keep playing. A perfect example of this is when the UFC brought in the USADA testing and they changed their rules.
Explain that to me. What's USADA testing?
So they brought in random drug testing and periodical drug testing into the UFC.
Okay.
So, and then they banned certain things. So there was a guy named Dan Henderson. He was taking TRT, testosterone replacement therapy.
Yeah. Isn't that fine?
No.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Okay.
It was at one point, but they banned it.
Okay.
And he was a great fighter. And he was in his 40s. And another fighter, Vitor Belfort.
Yeah.
Same thing. When they brought those new bands in,
these
guys came back like months later and they looked so frail. And Alistair Overeem, like he lost like 20 pounds. They just looked completely different.
Yeah.
Like physically, they just looked completely different. And they were never the same.
Yeah.
So like now everyone's like, oh yeah, we did something. We got cheating out. But now you had these really good fighters that can't fight anymore.
So you're just saying
because biologically they can't compete like a 20-year-old.
So
because they're in their late 30s.
Yeah.
So it's almost ageism. Like if science is there
is it taking illegal drugs? Because it's definitely one of them.
Yeah, because if you're like it was keeping because if you keep these fighters fighting, if they were able to keep doing what they were doing, you'd have these fighters with tons of experience,
right,
still fighting, and you'd have better quality fights.
Okay,
right.
I think you're looking at it from the money point of view a bit too much, though. You know, I'm saying so to dial it back a bit, saying 4 years is a incredibly long amount of time.
That's way too long.
What would you do? What's the alternative
for a ban?
Yeah.
I don't know, like a month, 2 months?
But then everyone would do it. A month is nothing.
They're already all doing it anyways. That's the point. That's the whole fucking point of it. They're all doing it anyways. So what the fuck, is the point of banning someone for 4 years?
I think it's to send a message.
To whom?
To the other guy.
But he's doing it anyways.
Well, maybe be really careful now.
The only thing that Elton did wrong.
Surely they get tested regularly.
Got caught. Yes, but it's 2023. They've been athletes have been taking 2024. So fuck. So they've been taking people have been taking steroids since the 60s, 70s when it really got prevalent in sports.
Okay.
So you got 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
Of people
learning how to hide it.
Right. Right. Okay. And these guys know when and when not to take it. So his only fuck up was that he got caught.
Yeah.
Right? So there's no message to be sent.
I guess I would need to know more about the testing procedure. I would need to know genuinely how many people are actually taking stuff.
All of them. It's insane to think that they're not.
I mean,
there's not a single.
There's a part of my monkey brain that believes you.
You think Tom Brady's playing professional, the highest level football, like at 40 fucking 7 or I don't know how old he was.
Maybe I'm naive and I think that if you do your stretches, you'll be fine.
Yeah, your body can't keep up.
Mine's
especially
doing all right.
the punishment that these guys go under.
Yeah.
Like they need that kind of stuff to keep going. And I want these players, you're going to have that's why you can have these like really good players playing into the late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
And it's better for us. It's better for the fans. Because now we get to see our favorite players play longer.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe, do you ever hear that idea? And it was like, let's have an Olympics. Let's have 2 separate Olympic categories, right? One is where you don't take any drugs, and the other one is like you take whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And we just see like human mutants doing like 5-second 100-meter sprints and stuff, and they're just like juiced up to the eyeballs. I would watch that.
The thing is you're already watching that. The only thing is they're not taking steroids during the Olympics.
But imagine they could just take as much as they want, because they're probably having to take controlled amounts to be really careful.
Times.
If you just take whatever the fuck you want for the 6-month period we're going to be in the Olympics, and then all of a sudden we just see these mutants destroy every record ever.
I want to see that. If the science is there, why not use it?
Yeah. Well, because it could kill you, because they're dangerous.
The only reason why it's dangerous, the most dangerous thing about it is that since it's like illegal, right? There's no communication about it.
Right.
So everyone's doing it behind closed doors.
So they don't have education about how to use it safely.
Yeah. So if it was regulated, if these athletes were allowed to do this, you would have like a ton more resources to not abuse, not die.
This is kind of like the general...
You'd save lives.
This is like the general illegality of drugs in society kind of talk, though, isn't it? Because when they decriminalized it in Portugal, the rate of addiction plummeted.
But steroids not an addictive drug. It's also like you're not going to become a steroid addict. You're not going to be you're not going to start doing steroids and then you're like stealing money out of your mom's purse to buy steroids because you need that hit. Like this is a completely different thing.
But I think you get obsessed with your self-image enough to want to keep taking it, though, right? Like you get used to a certain physique, you'd be like, this is pretty sweet. Like I keep doing it.
Like these athletes, like look at these athletes that are getting caught. Athletes that get caught taking steroids. They're not like these like buff machine dudes.
Right.
Right? So like look at Lance Armstrong.
Yeah. Well, he was caught. EPO was the substance he was on. I read this whole book about it. That was like a blood oxygen enhancer. And so I don't think he was trying to... We were good?
All right, we're back. Sorry, just Frank's fucking plugins in his house.
We got so intense you destroyed my electricity.
Yeah, that's my thought on the steroids thing. I could kind of get a little heated on that.
You got some thoughts on this, eh?
I just think it's just a stupid, like, this whole idea that there's clean athletes and dirty athletes is dumb.
Okay. And
it's 2024. You got that right.
It's time to like
get real.
Yeah.
And yeah, it'd be healthier for the athletes if they could openly take this stuff. And if they do it out in the open, then you're just gonna have more eyes and better communication.
Right.
For a safer way to do it. So, yeah.
I need to ponder what you've told me. I'm not sure I agree, but 4 years is a long time.
Yeah, because you have that head in the clouds where you think like,
everyone's
there's no
innocent.
way Alan Jones would take steroids.
There's nothing wrong with being a little bit naive. Yeah, he's the king of Wales. I'm not accusing him of anything, all right?
But he also wasn't... You can't just fucking play rugby until you're 100 without any help.
He was trying, though.
Yeah,
he was trying.
Yeah. I bet you anything, if we really opened up those doors, too, you could probably see a guy like Alan Jones. Because then they would really put a lot of money in research that stuff. You'd probably see guys like that play into their mid-40s, maybe even 50s.
Jeez, that just sounds cruel, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Some guys would want to do it.
It's like one of those sad bears in the zoo in the Victorian era where they're like poking it with a stick and getting it drunk and like, keep going. Dance for me.
All right, last thing we want to talk about, we want to do a fan question.
Yes.
We got a fan question here.
Yeah.
Phil Ginger Snap Blaster 57.
Poor Phil Ginger bastard. Poor guy.
He asked, what are thoughts on Wayne Smith being the performance director for the All Blacks and the Black Ferns?
So this is the Black Ferns World Cup winning coach, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This guy, I didn't know that he got appointed that.
Yeah.
So this kind of changed how I thought the All Blacks were gonna go.
Yeah.
Because I felt like the All Blacks were gonna be good. I thought what's his name?
Scott Robertson.
Scott Robertson was going to have a kind of a rough start and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this fucking guy now that they have, he's like in a little perch watching over everything now.
He's greasing all the wheels already.
Yeah, this guy's incredible.
I mean, I'm a women's rugby coach, so obviously I'm not going to say anything like it doesn't translate to men's rugby. I've seen the way people coach women and men rugby, admittedly at an amateur level, but it's not vastly different, right? I mean, it's not different at all, actually, right? Like, so I don't see how this is a bad thing. And, they've already got Scott Robertson, who's going to be good. I don't care what you think. He's going to be good. And you're adding this guy who's, as far as I can see, an incredibly successful coach.
Everything he touches, I think he had a stint with the All Blacks. He was actually the head coach of the All Blacks in 2000, 2001.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And it didn't really go well.
Okay.
The only thing on his record that's kind of a blip
was coaching the All Blacks.
Chief, just for that. But listen to this.
Yeah.
So he goes to the Chiefs, wins 2 titles, goes to the All Blacks for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really work out.
Right.
And then he goes off. Then he goes to the. Yeah, no, sorry. He goes to the Crusaders and takes 2 times. I'm trying to read my notes about this guy.
Yeah.
So he goes he goes to Crusaders, 2 titles.
Yeah.
And then he's All Black coach for 2 years. Doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Then he goes to the Saints.
Yeah.
Then he goes back to the All Blacks, 2011 champs. Goes to the Chiefs, wins a champion title. Back to the All Blacks, 2015. Then he goes to the Kobe Steelers.
Yeah.
Wins 2 titles there, back to back.
Okay.
Then he takes over the Black Ferns.
Yeah.
Wins the World Cup there.
That's really impressive. My only question is, why does he keep leaving if he's so good?
Maybe he's an opportunist.
Maybe he's like Eddie Jones. He knows he's going to get bad eventually, so he's got to just leave.
Well, he goes from, if you look at it, he goes from a Super Rugby team to the All Blacks.
Yeah, natural progression.
Where he was like let go.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Right.
And then he goes back to a Super Rugby team to the All Blacks.
Yeah.
And he was there for a while. Like he does 2 pretty long stints with the All Blacks.
Okay.
So, like he does a spell there.
Yeah.
For both of them. And now that he's back in, I think this is a huge boost for the All Blacks. This is actually scary. There's a lot of good minds, like especially him.
Yeah.
On there, like looking after that team. Now, him being the performance director for the Black Ferns also, I don't know how that's going to work out.
Well, it sounds like it's not as hands-on a job with any one specific team, and it sounds like he's an incredible innovator. Like he comes up with new ways to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Why not apply that to both teams he's working with, right?
I just worry that he's going to focus on one more than the other.
I mean, I think overall though, first of all, I was really excited to see Scott Robertson coach the All Blacks. And now it feels like New Zealand are pulling everything good they've got together into one place to me. I don't think that's a bad thing.
I just think that, I think both teams deserve their own performance director.
Oh, I see.
That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, the Black Ferns need someone fully focused on them.
Right.
The All Blacks need someone fully focused on them.
That's what the head coach will be.
Yeah. So, I don't even know who the Black Ferns coach is.
I think their story as well, where they weren't expected to win that last World Cup and they did.
Yeah.
Was a hell of a story. And
yeah.
he was responsible for that as a coach.
Yeah.
So because they know him and what he does, I don't see it as being like he's not giving him as much of his time as he could, because they're still going to have a head coach as well. And they've got Wayne Smith, who they know and they trust. And he's going to add some tips and extras to what they're already doing. Mm-hmm. And he's going to be doing that to the All Blacks, who've already got a full-time, dedicated, excellent coach. I don't see how this is a bad thing.
The All Blacks are such a big product.
Yeah.
An important product.
In New Zealand, it's really effing important, right?
I could just see someone easily putting more of their focus there.
Yeah.
When the Black Ferns need it just as much. They got a hefty task.
Yeah, women's rugby as well is going places.
Yeah,
so
they have the Lions coming up in a few years.
New Zealand want to hold on to that title, they better be innovative.
Yeah, and they deserve someone for them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know if they're just throwing. I just don't know. Hopefully I'm wrong, and he does put his full attention on both. I don't know how you're gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
because like I said, I feel like it's two different things.
Right.
And it might be cutting. I think it might be cutting the Black Ferns a little short.
Yeah.
That's what I think. So we'll just we'll share a coach.
But they're not sharing a coach though. They've each got their own
director.
They've each got their own coach. So I think they'll be fine. It feels to me just like New Zealand is not finally, because they've always had good coaches and good staff. Well, unless you think Ian Foster was shit, which some of them do.
Mm-hmm.
I think it feels to me like they're kind of pooling all their good stuff together into one place. They're saying, we are New Zealand rugby. Here's a pot of good shit. Let's see what happens. Scott Robertson and Wayne Smith kind of at the helm.
There's a lot of like I said, there's a lot of smart eyes.
Yeah.
On this team now.
That's right. Yeah. It feels kind of like that laboratory thing you were talking about with the NFL. It's just like, let's tweak every single dial so it's as high as it can be. Right?
Yeah, because I think now, with that in place too, like all the coaching they need is there.
Yeah. It's
up to the players now.
Yeah, and I think because they've had some significant retirements in the All Blacks, like the men's All Blacks team, like they're always going to have talent, right? But like losing Aaron Smith, like I was saying a few weeks ago, as much as people talk about Antoine Dupont being the best player in the world, like Aaron Smith for me was the best 9 in the world. Right?
Yeah,
he was better than Antoine Dupont at playing 9.
Yeah,
and losing him is a big fucking deal.
Yeah,
so they're going to
totally
losing a bit of a generation of talent.
Mm-hmm.
But then if Scott Robertson coaching anyone, they're going to be good. That's why this rugby championship's going to be amazing. Joe Schmidt with Quade Cooper. New Zealand with something to prove, and these like laboratory coaches going at it.
It's gonna
and then coming for the South African champion. I don't care about Argentina; they'll be whatever. But
yeah,
I mean, I do care about them, but they're not going to threaten. I can't see them threatening New Zealand. But I haven't got a professional team.
It didn't matter before.
No,
didn't matter for the last 5 years. And they got some big wins over.
But they punched above their weight, but they're not going to win a rugby championship. Is what I'm saying. They might win.
No, they
won't
win the rugby championship. But they're gonna take some scalps.
They might take an Australian scalp.
I think
maybe New Zealand. No,
maybe South Africa.
Oh.
I think Cheka beat everyone when he was there.
I think he did.
And they didn't have a professional team.
True. COVID might have skew-whiffed it, but
yeah. So yeah.
Anyway,
and I think that's
what we got.
That's it.
I'm gonna drink again next time. That was spicy.
Yeah, we need to start drinking more.
Yes.
People at home are like, what the fuck are these guys doing? Anyways, if you guys want to reach us...
You accused Alwyn Jones of taking steroids was my highlight. It's like, hammer drug, he takes fucking steroids, so does everyone.
Yeah, well, if you guys want to reach us, you can reach us at thefriendsofrugbypod@gmail.com.
Yes.
All right.
Nos waith da.
Have a good night, friends.